Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Good
I
afternoon.
mean, good evening.
Wherever you are, depending on
Good
your
night. Good night. Or good evening.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi, sir.
Hello. Okay. So, let me see. I'm going to.
Hi, sir.
Yes. Tell me. In video. So, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? How is chess practice and puzzle solving going on? Okay. Hi, Akshay. Hi, Ahan. Anish. Vidansh. Everyone is, yeah. We'll wait for another 1 minute or so and then we will start. So we are going to do some study now today. Exciting techniques we are going to learn. We will also see one master game today, which is one very famous game and very instructive game. We'll see that. And actually with this today's lecture, we will also look at pin tactics. I'll talk about pin. Some of you may already know what is pin and how to utilize it. We'll just briefly see it today. And with this, really, we will conclude the level 1 course in chess. And you will be ready after this if you have basically grasped everything that I said, I have taught, then you will be ready to take the exam and clear it. And then you will be like level 1 certified. So that is the thing that I'm looking forward to. So important, make sure that you are all set, prepared and ready. So do revise. If anything that is missed, then please go ahead and revise it, practice it. Hey, hi Sushti. Good. I think we'll start then. I think some more, maybe 1 or 2 more people may join, but we will start. So great. You can see my screen, right? Everybody. Great.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Area adjustment. So today, let me just. Okay, some more people are. Shachi is there. Okay. Okay. I am going to mute all of you like last time, and we will continue on the chat. You can now you are all familiar, so you can chat back to me, and I will keep the chat window open here so that I can see. Okay, great. So, oh, exam. Okay, exam. What it is an offline exam. It is not an online exam. So what I will be doing is, you have 2 more days. I think on Sunday let us do a play fest. On Monday, I will share the PDF. Okay, it's a set of positions to be and questions to be answered. So you can take that, and Monday I will share it. And if you can get back your responses to me by Tuesday, one day I will give it. In that you can do it, and you can get back, and that should be okay. So that by Wednesday, I think then we can announce the results. Okay. All right. Great. So today I think we'll continue a brief view of the end games. These are the end games that you should know. We have seen how lone queen, what is the technique of checkmating the queen, king, opponent king, when you have a lone queen, nothing else. Now, after that, we looked at 2 rooks. That technique also we saw. Today, we will see the technique of checkmating with a single rook. Okay, and that is so. If we go by principle, which all pieces can checkmate the king? Okay, without the help of any other pawn or any other thing, lone pieces. It is only the queen and the rook can checkmate. Okay, knight cannot checkmate by itself. either it requires a white pawn, or sometimes, I mean, it requires an opponent's pawn sometimes to block the opponent's king, and in which case also it can mate. Similarly, the bishop by itself alone, bishop and a king cannot checkmate the other king. But with the help of either your own pawn or even sometimes your opponent's pawn can also help you to checkmate. Okay, but those fall into the other category. We'll see it in the level 2. In level 1, what you need to know is all the individual pieces which can checkmate the king. So this is the position, and let us see. I think I will demonstrate it, but first I will ask everyone. Now you can see first of all that the rook is there in such a position, and this entire row, it is blocked by the rook, right? That is what is the capability of the rook, which a bishop or a knight cannot do. Going to be like this in an exam. Okay, so Vedansh, I will give the exam in the form of positions. As I said, it will be a document. I will send it to you, and yeah, I will give a
So
position.
when I'm telling this, I'm telling that you will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to write what step it will go in, like that.
Oh, that I will tell you. I will tell you. Yeah, you will have to just write the moves from the position, and I will give a position, and I will tell whether it is white to move or black to move, and I will tell you have to find the best moves. Or sometimes the question may be that you have to complete something within X moves or something like that. So you have to find the best sequence of moves so that you can do it. Right? That way it will be there.
Sir, will there be theory?
No, this itself theory, there is no other theory. So it will always be position, and then your responses on, suppose white to play, what is white's move, and then continuation. Like that it will be, the exam will be like that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so in this case, basically, yeah, first thing to note is that the rook has put a wall, Chinese wall, and the king cannot cross it. Black king cannot cross it. So now you have to use this technique, and how to keep squeezing the black king. Technique we have already seen, but yeah, let us say anybody wants to give what should be, if white to play, what will be white's next move? Should be, yeah, it is white to move. Arin, rook to d8. Okay, Alfia is saying rook to d8. Rook to d8. Okay. What may happen? Do d6. Okay, let us see what happens with, if we go with rook d6. Okay, if white plays rook d6, the black king immediately attacks the rook, and now you have to move again. So you might want to again then move either back to d1 or to d8 or someplace. But even if you go to d8, then the king will again come here, and you may not have made much progress, right? So yeah, king e2. Madhura has got the right thing. So let me go. I think in this position, what you should, because you can mate only with the help of your king, and you have to use your king cooperating with your rook to keep pushing the black king. So now this is the right move. Okay, new main line I'll put it. So this is the main line, and as you can see, what the king does is, all these 3 squares are blocked now for the black king, because the white king kind of puts a front wall, right? So black king has to now, obviously he cannot go here also. So now he can only go back, right? So let us say he goes back here. King goes to e5, right? Now you have pushed it back. Now king e3. Okay, Madhura is saying king e3. Okay, let me say king e3. Now let us say, now we have pushed him back further. Now what will black want to play? Black will not want to go back as much as possible. He will try to remain in the center. So king to f5, black plays. And now, yeah, okay, Arin also got it right. King, rook, what is that? King to, rook to d5. Rook to d5 is saying Madhura. Okay, Madhura is saying rook to d5. Okay, and someone is saying rook to d6. Yeah, it depends. I think depends on how you want to go. So if you go to, okay, let us see what happens with rook to d5. Okay, if your intention, first you have to see whether which corner do you want to get the king into. Do you want to get him into the corner of h8 or you want to get him to h1? Okay, so that you have to see. What happens is if rook to d5, then king can either go here, g4, right? Or he can. So let us see this line. Okay, so I think we'll just carry one thing. So first I will ask Madhura, you give 2-3 sequences of moves and then we'll see whether there is a better way. So Madhura, you tell now. Okay, king to e4. If king to e4, then king to g6, black king to g6. And now Madhura is saying what? Rook to f5. Okay, rook to f5. Okay, so I see. Great. So you see, okay, Madhura has, I think, has got a nice technique. You can see what she is saying is that I want to block this and this now, and there is a that I have put a block around the king, and now the king can only go in. King can only go in which squares? These this small rectangle is what the king has been restricted to, right? So okay, so yeah, I think this is the way to visualize it so that you can see it. Okay, so now Madhura, tell me the next move. Now what did we play? Rook to f5. Okay, rook to f5, king will again go to g4. Okay, so now let me see what is the thing. Now no, I think now you should tell. Now that was black to move, so I have moved king to g4. Rook to f8. No, rook to f8, you are going to what happens is rook, the moment you go back rook to f8, king comes out, and again the restriction that you had to put small rectangle, now you have allowed the king to come out. So this is the key thing. What you should do is now you should just move the king to e5.
E5.
Okay? Yeah. So this is the king to e5. Okay, not rook to e5, also king to e5. Correct. So now again, so you have not let him out of this rectangle, right? I mean, this block you have put it. Can you see this? This you have maintained it, and you're not restricting him to that. So now king, let us say king moves to now g3 now. In which case now what you should do is, now with the help of your king you should restrict the thing. Rook to f4. Correct. So now you have reduced the.
Yeah.
Now you have made this thing, right? Now with the help of the king, so now you have reduced it further, right? So now the king is now going to go to, let us say, g2. Okay, king g2. Now you cannot bring rook to f3. So what
King
you have to
e4.
bring is king to e4. Correct. You have to bring in the king and let it again. King will, this black king cannot go beyond that small rectangle. So black king will again play this. Now not rook to f3.
We can play king to e3.
Yeah, king to e3. See, remember, I think sometimes beginners will make this mistake here, is that they will give a check here, but if you give this check here, then what happens is again king escapes, right? Again, I mean, again you have to start from again trying to squeeze that. So,
Beginning.
yeah.
Scratch.
So you have to remember that check you should give it only when you are able to. In fact, the technique, if you see it in the king and rook versus king, you will give one final check, which is the checkmate, no other intermediate check. That is the technique actually. You will keep restricting the movement of the black king, but not really give him a check. And when you give a check, it will be the final check and mate. Okay, but
Yeah.
okay. So now king e3, right? So now after this, king, sorry, king, yeah, king f5 was a wrong one I was showing. This is the new main line. King e3 is the right move. Now black is again forced to move. Black does not want to go to the edge of the board because he knows that he is going to get checkmated. He can always get checkmated when he is at the extreme edge of the board. He cannot get checkmated in the middle of the board. Okay, so he does not want to go there. So go here. So now again, what you will do is
Rook to f3.
correct. Rook to f3. Now you have got a
Slight
you
chance
have
of
got
winning.
a even smaller rectangle, right? I mean,
Yeah.
these are only things. So Rook to F2.
Yeah, the king has very small place to move.
So this is the technique. So king goes to now
Then
G1.
king to E2.
King to E2, correct. But now again the rook comes here. Okay. Now what to do? Now if you go to F4, F5, rook to F4, F5, king will start escaping. Right? So now the technique is not to move the rook along this F line, but move the rook along this line here. Okay. So that the king will still not, black king will still not be able to escape, because
Oh yeah.
right, because these squares are blocked by the king, right? Sorry, these squares are anyway, white king is taking care. So as long as you take care of the third rank now, right, black king will not be able to escape. So now the move right now, the right move is king to, sorry, rook to
D3.
D3. Okay. So now king is,
King might move to
king
H2.
will move to G1.
G1. Okay.
Okay.
From
Now you have to apply. Okay, now you simply cannot just use that old technique. Now that you have come to the almost to the end, you have to use this.
D1.
No, not D1. D1 will again, rook will go to king will go to G2. Okay, rook
Rook
D1,
to
king G2. Rook to G3 now. Check.
Check.
What you have to see is, see, you have got the white king which is preventing these squares. He is blocking it, right? So king will not. So I think what you have to do now is give this check rook to.
Oh yeah, rook to G3.
Now the king is now forced to go to the last row. He will try to attack your rook, but now you bring your king, rook king to F2. So now the king has got really, black king has got only two squares, this and this, right? So it can shuttle. So now what is the only move that is there for the black king is here, and now
Then rook to
Rook
H3.
H3 mate.
H3.
rook to H3 is checkmate. I think all of you who have done the mate in one puzzles, you would have seen many examples of this at the edge of the board, how the rook can mate, right? So this is the technique. Okay, so you have to remember this, and see, only one or two checks you end up giving to the king towards the very end, and everything else is a restrictive movement. So what we will do is we will let me take a new position. So this one, and let us see. So now Madhura, you have got it. Now I will ask some other people to tell me.
Sir,
I will take a new position.
sir,
Yeah, yeah.
I have asked you to include my cousin Nandini into the
Yeah,
group.
yeah. I will add it.
I put the number. I gave
Yeah,
to
yeah. I got it. I will add her tomorrow now. So that is there. Okay. So let me give a position now, which is slightly more, and let us see how this is the position. So let us see again. So who will tell me what is
rook to E1.
rook to E1? Okay,
Yeah,
rook to E1. Fine. Good. Now rook to E1 is a good move. Yeah.
King will move C4.
King will move to C4. Okay. So now
Rook to F4.
rook to where? E4. No. Where you are saying? What you need to do now is you have to how are you going to squeeze the king?
King to C2.
Who is okay? What king to C2? What will happen is again this king will come to king to D4. Right? I think you have to see imaginatively how you are going to squeeze the king. You cannot do a rook to C1 check.
Then can we move rook to E5?
Rook to E5 you can move it. Rook to E5. Now what happens is the king will attack it here like this. Okay, but it is okay. So what you do is you go
Then
here,
move it.
move the rook
How?
here,
Oh,
move the rook
okay.
here. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Now the king will have to move to one of the sides, right? King will have to either go to c4 or to
F4.
yeah. So I think
Yeah,
so.
E4, sorry, E4.
E4, either F4 or sorry C4 or E4. If he goes to C4, then how do you get your king? You have to use your king to start
Yeah.
squeezing him in like
E3.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, E3. So now what can he do? He cannot now see this line is blocked and this thing is also blocked up to here,
Yeah.
right? So now you are trying to restrict him. So if he goes here now, right? This is the chance that you need to. King goes to
Get
C3.
rook to D5.
No.
No, this is a very
King.
good chance.
King to E2.
No, always remember you have to take the advantage when the kings are facing each other like this, right? There is a special trick. I mean, you can take this advantage, and in this case, it is okay to give the check because now the king will be forced to go to the A or B files only, B file only.
Yeah, he can't
Okay.
escape.
He cannot, obviously, he cannot come in this line, and this line is also blocked because of the king, white king. So now the king will go to b4, which is a good thing for you because now you can get your king to d4. Now the king is restricted to A and B files, right? Now what will the king do? King will go to b3. Now use your technique.
Rook to C4.
Rook to c4, correct. Now king goes to b2. Okay,
Rook to C3.
correct. Rook to c3. Now you see how, so this and this is blocked. So now only these remaining squares are there. So king, let us say king goes to
Then we can
e1.
move.
Get the king to D3.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, get D3.
Correct. Get the king to d3.
D3.
If he
Now
comes
he
here
need
again,
to. Then
then
king
get the king to here,
Yeah,
D2.
D2.
Yeah.
d2. Now, if
He
he
will
goes,
move A1.
if he goes to a1, then nothing like it. What you do is bring up the king.
Bring. Yeah. Then
Now
he
he
has
will
only
go
one
to
more
a2.
move.
Now he will go to a2. You
Then
just wait.
checkmate.
You just wait.
Huh?
Okay. You just wait on this third
Yeah.
rank. Now king will have to go here, and then you go and
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Okay.
okay. So practice this. I think this is the way to do it. So on your chessboard at your home, do put up different positions. Put anywhere randomly. Put black king somewhere, white king somewhere, white rook. They can be completely apart from each other, and then start what do you call? Start practicing the same thing. How you, for example, you can have the white king on h1, white rook on a8, completely diagonally apart, and black king in the middle. So that then you have to start first of all your kings and rook should come together. That is the only way, and then you will start pushing back the king. So, but try out these techniques.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Excellent. I think so. This way, this is one of the must things that you have. So that as I told about winning, what is the technique of winning? So even if you have got a no pawns left, but a single rook left, you should be able to win very
Again.
methodically. Just like a technique with the left hand, without thinking, you should be able to do it. Okay. So all right. Now we are going to look at one more thing about how
Lone
to
pawn and a king. A low pawn and a king.
yeah, lone pawn on a king. Okay. So now this is the position. Okay.
Straight move to A3.
Wait. I think you use the this one. Again, actually, I will do use the chat to put it. I'm going to mute all. Okay. So a lot of people are there. So again, I'm going to yes mute all. Okay. Use the chat and now tell me the to everyone. Okay, so what should be the pawn to f? But first, let me tell, the question is whether the black king can can stop the white pawn from queening or not? That is the question. So, can the black king stop the white pawn from queening? He can. Okay, who is saying he can? Ashish is saying he can. Yeah, if the white king, I'm giving you yes. So Arin and Ashish and who else? I'm giving you this thing that white king is going to stay away from the battle. Let us say he's going to stay put on h1, and white pawn is going to move, and black king is going to move. Can the black king stop the white pawn? He can. Who is saying he can? Ashish is saying he can. Vedansh is saying he can. Some people are saying no. Okay, let us see. Okay, let us see. Let us see. First thing is that I said somebody, actually you know that the pawn can move 2 squares, right? First move, it can move 2 squares, right? Now what the black king has to start coming towards the pawn, right? Let us say it will start coming here. Now pawn moves ahead, black king comes here, pawn moves ahead, black king comes here, pawn moves ahead, and black king comes here, and then next move is check. Sorry, not check, I mean queen.
Pawn will become a queen or a rook.
Right, pawn will become a queen. So king was not able to stop it. Let us see what if the pawn does not move. Somebody said initially that pawn will move to a3. Even if this happens, okay, now can the black king stop it from queening? Now you have got one extra move, right? Because white made a mistake of moving. Even now the black king cannot, right? Again, just count. See, black king is still one move short. He comes here. If he had come to b7, he would have stopped the queening pawn, but he is at c7, and the next move the pawn will queen, and after queening you know the technique how to checkmate, right?
But sir, what if king could move to g8?
Okay, you try that also. It doesn't make any difference because the thing. So pawn moves to a3, king moves to g8. New variation. Pawn moves ahead. See, just count how many moves white pawn will require, and
Yeah.
how many moves that's. See,
Again by one
even if it
move.
comes to c8, doesn't matter. White will get the queen. And I hope by now everybody, all of you know how to checkmate from this position when you have the queen,
Yes.
right? If you don't know, then I think you will be disqualified from this class because you have already seen this, and you should have it at should have studied it really hard and easily got it. So now from this position, I will not even tell how to checkmate. You know it, but how to prevent it. So now let us go back and count. So how do we go? One way is somebody said is
So will it become a, how will it become a stalemate then? With how many moves after what?
no stalemate. It will happen only if the king, you get a black king in a position where there are no legal moves available anymore, and the king is also not in check. Then only it is stalemate. Otherwise, it is not. So
Can that happen when there's only a pawn and a king?
no, stalemate can happen even when other pieces are there. But stalemate is what is stalemate? Stalemate is when the side to move does not have any legal move option. Okay, legally they cannot make any move, and their king is also not in check. So that is the thing. I think I have it properly written down in that handout that I had given. So if you have missed the handout, please take it again from there and read it. In fact, you should print it and keep it in your file so that you can refer to it anytime. So the rules of checking, the rules of avoiding a check, rules of checkmate, as well as stalemate, all of them I have put it in the handout. If I have not given sent it, then maybe I have missed it. I will anyway post it on the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay.
So coming to this one, yeah. How one is so what is the way I will tell you the technique in this? This is called as the rule of the square. Okay. So other technique is by counting. you can say that how many moves that white need. He can make first move. He can go to the 4th rank, and then from 4th he will require another 4 moves to reach the 8th rank. So 1 plus 4, 5 moves he requires, and you can count from black king how many in 5 moves it will reach it. That is one way, but there is a very geometric way of finding that out. And what it means is this. Okay, you find. In fact, I will give you another position because this one has got a white pawn is on. I will give you another position.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am recording. Thanks for reminding. White pawn is on not on here, but let us say here, and okay, so this is the position. Okay, and the technique, if it is in this position, I will tell you, if it is white to move, then black king cannot reach the catch the pawn. But if it is black to move, then black king can catch it. And just by looking at it, in 1 second I can find out, or half a second, and you should also be able to find out. And that's what I'm going to teach. The way to do this is, because the pawn is going to move in 1 square all the time, and king is also going to move 1 square all the time. Okay, so what you do is you construct a square on the chessboard mentally. One side will be the one that the pawn will go and reach the queening square, and the diagonal will be the other way down like this up to again the last rank. The other side will obviously be like this, right? So this is a square, right? Can you see this is a square?
Yeah.
Right now, if the black king can get into this square, then it can stop the pawn. If the black king cannot, then it cannot stop the pawn. It's a very simple. I mean, geometrically, you can quickly any position like this, you can just put it and immediately find it. Now, why I was saying is that if the black king is to move, immediately it will move the king to either g8 or g7, and now it is inside the square of the pawn. Okay, which means that it will be able to stop it. But this position I set it up with white to move. Now white to move, is the black king already in the square? No. And what white will move? White will move this pawn here. Now the square of the pawn will be from here, here, here. This is the square of the pawn, right?
Yeah.
And can black king, now black king is to play. Can he enter it?
Maybe yes.
How?
No.
No, he can't. Wait.
So even if he moves here, he is still outside the square.
Yeah, and the square goes smaller.
The
as
square will
pawn.
keep getting smaller, and black king is just one
Yeah, he can't
square out
catch
of it, and
He
hence he will
can't.
not be able to catch it.
Okay.
Okay, pawn reaches here. Now, doesn't matter what black plays, here or here, the pawn is queening, right? So this is the first, like this is called as the square of the pawn. Now, only one thing that you need to take care is when the pawn is on the first rank, like in the previous position, then you have to construct the square considering that the pawn is going to move ahead with 2 squares, and hence the special case is when the pawn in question is, what was the pawn in question here?
So what if? Okay, I
Let
need
me
you
get
to
it.
go back.
This being the position, now you might say that my square is like this, right?
Yeah.
This way, but it is not. So even if black were to play in this position, so that is why I think, let me get a file, new position setup, and this position with black to move. Okay, now black to move, you have to adjust the square because of the special double square move of the white pawn.
Yeah.
So even if black is to play in this position, he might still play this, and still he is not able to catch it because the pawn advances 2 squares, and now the black king will be out of it.
He will be out of 2 squares.
Yeah.
2 squares for you.
He will be out of it now. Even if black plays now next move, either
He's
f7
out, he's
or
out.
f8, he is still out. So he is not able to catch it. So this you have to remember when the pawn in question is on the starting square. Otherwise, straight away apply. If it is starting square, then you have to apply it with one extra move in hand and hence draw from the next square in front of it, right? So I hope you have got this technique of finding out whether the king. So just by looking at this with this technique, what you will know is you will not even get confused, and you don't have to even unnecessarily bring your king into play if not required. If required, you have to bring in. Obviously, if the black king can catch it, then you have to get your king to support your pawn, etc. But if it is not, then you are very, very clear, and straight away you can just move the pawn and queen as fast as possible, right? So in this position, actually, if you start moving the king here, it's a mistake. It is not necessary, right? Because the pawn by itself, it is going to queen. So all right, so these are the techniques that I wanted to teach on the end game. Okay, and now very quickly I'm going to show.
Sir,
Yes,
are we doing chess king?
chess king not today. Play fest will be on Sunday. Every Sunday is our play fest, so we will play there. But I will talk about. You have to understand one more technique of pins, tactics of pin. So let us understand what is a pin. Pin is when you are immobilizing the opponent's piece from moving. Why? Because of some threats, right? So we'll see this. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, c3, black plays d5. Now white plays queen a4. Now this is called as pinning. Now the knight is pinned. Can you see why I say knight is pinned? Because the knight cannot move. Black knight cannot move
Yeah.
because there is a king behind it, and queen is like you cannot put your king in check by making a move, right? That is an illegal move, and hence you can never move. The black knight cannot move, because if that is the case, then next move white will kill the king, and that cannot be allowed. So knight is pinned now. Now it is whenever the piece is pinned against the king, that is called as absolute pin. Means you simply cannot move it no matter what. Okay, because it is an illegal move altogether.
So
But if
the knight is basically useless till the queen moves somewhere else.
yeah, queen, yeah, later on you can move it. Right now I'm saying in this position you cannot move it. Okay, as long as the pin exists, right? What is a relative pin is when the piece which is behind that what do you call, it is not the king, but let us say if the queen was there, okay, then it is called, if the queen was at e1 and the knight was there, then it is called as a relative pin. Means it is not like absolutely you cannot move it, but you have to be careful, because what happens if my bishop was at b5 and black, we'll see that so that you will understand. Okay, so now the knight is pinned. Now black takes the pawn on e4 and white takes the pawn on e5 with the knight. See, this is the technique also, if adding more force and attacking the pinned piece. Now pinned piece is attacked twice. White is threatening to take it with the knight. Pawn will take it, then queen will take it again, give a check to the king, and also attack the black rook on a8. That is what is the black's threat, white's threat. So black defends the knight additionally by bringing in the queen. Okay, now knight takes this, white knight takes this. Now black does not want to double its pawn. It will be an isolated double pawn if it takes from the b pawn to uses the b pawn to capture the knight. Okay, so black takes instead queen. Now this is a blunder.
Yeah.
This is a blunder
Big
because
blunder.
now bishop to b5, and now the black queen is pinned against the king. Now the queen will be lost. Can you see it? Now no matter what happens next move, the black queen cannot move. Even if he
And
moves
we
whatever
can
it is, knight or whatever it is, he will not even move this. Maybe he will move this bishop here, white will be happily take the queen. You will take the queen. I mean, take the bishop, and now white is one queen ahead in exchange for a bishop, which is
Yeah,
like a
it's not a
winning.
good sacrifice.
It is like a winning advantage, right? So this is the. I mean, this is what is possible if you get into a pin. And again, there are so many different techniques on this or variants on what can happen. So you have to really master, but you have to understand what does a pin mean and how it can happen. So I have a couple of more examples. This was a drastic example. I will show one more example, which is e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. This is the Russian defense or the Petrov's defense. Black has counter-attacked white's pawn, so white defends it with his knight. Black brings out his own knight. Now bishop to b5, indirectly threatening the e5 pawn, because white is threatening to exchange the defender of the e5 pawn, so that next move it can threaten the e5 pawn directly. And black again plays d5. So white. So now can you see, now with this move, now the knight has got pinned. Black knight on c6 has got pinned, and it's an absolute pin because the king is there at the back. So white happily takes the pawn. Okay, white happily takes this pawn and piles up on the knight at c6. Again, black provides some more defensive thing. So white castles. Okay, white castles. Now black takes this opportunity, thing that I can take the knight. White knight, which does not have any support. So black takes the knight on e5. Now can you see some more danger is lurking? So what does white move? White takes this pawn. Now threatens the knight, which is already pinned, and it's an absolute pin. That knight cannot move. Now the pawn is attacking it, which means that the next move the pawn is going to take the knight. Okay, severe danger for black. But black says, I am never going to be defending. I am always going to be counter attacking. So black knight goes to g4. Why? Can you see what black is attacking?
King.
Black is attacking the h2 square,
King.
which is attacked by supported by the knight. So queen wants to go to h2 and give a checkmate to the white king. That is the threat, right? So because black is a player who says that no, I never defend, I always attack. Okay.
And next move is queen will go to h2, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But now white says, okay, you can dream about checkmating me, but now I'm pinning your queen. Now your queen cannot move.
What do you mean pinning a queen? Pinning
Look
the.
at the queen is pinned now. Rook has come to e1. King is on the e8.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So now it has pinned the queen. So queen has no option now other than to exchange against the rook. No matter what it do, if you don't exchange it, then also next move rook will take the queen.
Yes.
So black goes ahead and exchanges it. Again, this is a winning position for
Check.
white, right? Because white has
Can't
got
black play knight to f2? Like in the
knight
previous
where
move.
in the previous move, where
Yeah,
knight to
f2. Knight into f2.
sorry, I didn't get. Can you knight to f2? Yeah, you can move the knight to f2, but the thing is that it is not a check. So white will still take the queen first. Okay, and you cannot even capture the rook because the knight is also, the other knight c6 cannot move it. Rook has to move it, right? And after that, if you think that you are going to attack my queen, no, I will just move it here.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So I want to actually say to you something. Actually, my TV remote is lost, so I can't play on chess game.
Sorry, I think you can type. Sharad, you can type. I'm sometimes not able to get the audio clear.
Yes.
So you can
So
try.
he's telling that his TV remote is not working, so he can't play chess
Oh,
game.
okay.
So already lost.
Yeah. No problem, Sharad. I think you'll have to tell your that. But use the chat mechanism. Use the chat mechanism, everybody. Okay. All right. So so just 1 second. Huh? Just give me 1 second. I'll be there. Yep. Sorry. I'm back. All right. So what I was saying is, okay, so you have seen one more example of the pin, and let us see one more third example. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6.
So
Yeah.
I always do this move, just telling you whether it's a good starting move for white. So I will move my pawn to e4, then black will do some other move. I'll move the knight to
Where?
f3,
Okay.
f3,
Okay.
and then they will black will play some other move. Then I'll play knight to c3.
Okay.
Then from there directly I will move my pawn to d3. Is it a good move?
Yeah, D3 is a okay move. It is a defensive move. So if you are white, then you can play much more attacking move by playing D4. And I will suggest that you after playing knight F3, knight C6, you can play D4 because that will open up the game and give you a lot of attacking chances. D3 is an okay move, but because it does not attack anything, it only defends the D3 square. Plus, it prevents the bishop from coming out. Right? Your white's light
Yeah.
square
Otherwise, I won't move the pawn. I'll move the what is this
bishop.
bishop to
Yeah.
c4. No,
Yeah.
not
Bishop to
c4.
c4.
5.
Yeah, bishop to c4. You should anyway move first because if you are white, then you are you are ahead and you should be attacking. But even later on, d3 is a okay move, but d4 is a better move.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Thanks.
because you can always open up the game.
Okay.
Okay, so in this position, white plays bishop c4, black plays knight f6. Now, white. Can you see the white's attacking move that is possible here? That does not mean he's going to win the game. Black can also continue the game very well, but standard way of attacking is knight goes to g5.
G5.
Now,
Yeah.
knight and bishop together are piling up on the f7 square.
Yeah.
So now, if black moves like this, then knight can take f7, right? Black is not playing fully correctly, and hence this is possible. But you should understand that. Okay, now queen is attacked, so it has only one square. Queen to e7.
And I'll go take rook.
Right. So now knight goes ahead and takes the rook. Okay. So now what is the thing? Queen comes to b4. Okay, attacking the white.
Then
bishop.
can we move?
Yeah, you cannot move d3 now because d pawn is pinned by the queen. Can you see that? This is also pawn pin against the pawn. So d3, which would have defended the bishop, you cannot move it right now.
Can
so
you castle
instead,
then?
Castle, then white black will take the rook. Black will take the bishop at c4.
Then what's
Bishop does not have any support.
Oh,
pawn to b3?
Yeah, pawn to b3. Pawn to b3 has to be played, or you have to bring back the bishop to b3. Okay, back one square.
Okay.
So let us say white plays bishop to b3.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Please take the. I'm to tell you, if we take the c pawn ahead to c3.
C pawn. If you move the c pawn, you are attacking the queen, but the queen will take the bishop at c4. Here, if you play c3, queen will take c4. Bishop at c4. So bishop is attacked. Okay. So white defends the bishop by the pawn, and black takes this pawn. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. White goes ahead and gives a check.
Yeah.
So sorry, check. So what is the queen h5, right? So king goes to d8. Then knight again comes back and gives a check. So king has to come to e7,
E7.
right? Now can you find can you see the move that is going to win the game immediately for white? And the theme is what we have
Queen
been
to.
no the theme is what we have been discussing.
Sir, bishop to a3.
Yeah, who is that? Who told that?
Sir, Ashish.
Ashish, you got it, Ashish. See, bishop to a3, and it is pinning the black queen against the black king. And the bishop is moreover defended by the white knight at g1. I'm sorry, b1. So now queen is lost,
Yeah.
right? So you have to now, it doesn't matter what is the thing, either queen will be lost against the bishop. So again, white will get a tremendous advantage which he should be able to easily win.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are many such positions of pin. So you should really look at these tactics and take a lot of different positions and solve them. Let me go and see whether it is there. There is a yeah. This is the next recommendation for you. Again, will be learn.chessking.com, and if you go to let us look at what are the right courses for the next level of tactics. Still go into beginners, and under the beginner category, yeah, elementary chess tactics 1. This course is there. Okay, so you can again start the preview mode of this course. Those who want to want to seriously improve on this one, then after doing the preview you can go ahead and buy this course also. But this course has got a lot of problems.
Sir?
Yeah.
Everybody is doing the first beginners puzzles, right? The
Yeah.
beginner okay.
Everybody starting with the capture pieces 1 and the mate in 1, and after that some of them have moved on to capture pieces 2 and mate in I think mate in 2 nobody has moved on. They can move on mate in 2, but
Sir, I've gone to mate in 2.
oh, you have gone to mate in 2. Great. So you can do that.
So it's not elementary chess tactics one, it's the beginner level, correct? Before
Yeah. I think you should
go,
first do the capture pieces 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that is absolutely must, because it is very easy, but it is very easy after you do it and then you find it, but it should appear very easy because you are able to get it every time correctly 100%. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So you should do it. Yeah, I think capture pieces Ashish has also finished. Yeah, I will send it on WhatsApp, no problem. Mate in 1 also you have done. Okay, you are in mate in 1. Great. So now see, in this elementary chess tactics, there are some 5 or 6 different types of tactics, and I have taught today about pin, but there are also more things which I will talk about, or in the level 2 it is there. Okay, sorry, but in pin you can see it here. There are exercises about bishop getting pinned.
So
Yeah.
I get very confused with what you're saying, the puzzles. Can you just show me how to do it? Can I just go back?
Yeah. So let us look at it. So we have gone to elementary chess tactics. We are looking at the preview of that, right, which is freely available, and we have chosen what is freely available within that.
So no, I'm just starting because I haven't done yet the puzzles.
Yeah, fine.
So I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'll just show you. So Okay, I will just recap it from the beginning. So you log into ChessKing, and in the learn thing you have selected first of all beginner level here, right? Beginner level
Yeah.
here, you difficulty level, then you will get some 9 courses that are there at a beginner level. And what I am recommending is elementary chess tactics. Here, no need to purchase right now. Maybe I think if you finish the preview, and then I will suggest that after finishing the preview you do purchase. Okay, if you are up to it and you are this one. But go
So
to
everybody starting with elementary chess tactics 1.
everybody should start if they have completed the other things. Capture
I
pieces
will,
one they have completed.
okay.
Okay, capture pieces one is here below it. Just see that
Okay.
other people have completed it.
So first capture pieces 1, then mate in 1, then
Then
capture pieces 2, mate in 2.
no, mate in 2 you can do it anytime. You can, but you don't have to stop. But elementary chess tactics 1 you can do it after anytime after capture pieces 1. You can do elementary chess tactics 1. Okay. So I'm just showing you what is available in the preview mode right now, and then you can later on you can purchase it. Okay. But let us see. This is the way to do it. So I've gone into now. Okay. This is the position, and your turn. White to play. Okay. And the idea is pin. So it should be very easy now. There is a way that white can pin something very valuable. Obviously, rook
Rook to
to
G7.
yeah, rook to A8,
8.
pinning the black queen against the white king. So next move, it will have to be exchange against the rook. White will be 1 bishop up, and he should be able to win after that.
Yeah.
Right? Similarly, if you go to the what is that? I think it is we go down and next one. Similarly, I mean there will be puzzles like this. So sorry, this is the position. Again, very simple now. First of all, queen has given a check. So black king is in check, and
Black to H7.
right, rook to H7.
Sorry.
Yeah, rook to H7, pinning the white queen against the king. Again, after that, white should win after this. Right. So like this, you have to do it, and so go to elementary. This thing will be so. Some of you were asking me what is the way to prepare for the exam. Yeah. So prepare for exam is go to elementary chess tactics and only look at the pin. Okay. Pin fork and double check and discord check. I am yet to teach, but I just taught about pin because that is the first thing that everybody
Only
learns.
pin and skewer.
Yeah, pin and skewer. Even skewer is skewer is the reverse thing. I will teach sometime later. But yeah, puzzles you can take it from the queen and skewer. So bishop, there are what puzzles? There are some 10 puzzles in level 3 and 26 puzzles in level 8 are available. And then rook also there are some puzzles available. So you can do this, and level 3 and level 6. I think again quite a lot of them. 98 plus 806 plus 36. So about 200, 242 puzzles you can do it. Try to do as many of these so that you will get the pin in your head completely, and you will be ready for the exam. All right. So actually I wanted to show that model game, but I think we have ran out of time. I will cover it next time. Maybe before our playfest, I will quickly show the game, or on next week I will show it. But yeah, I think it was good. So I think thanks for joining today. Any questions? Any other questions?
Sir, I'm having a problem with my chess king.
What is that?
I'm in English, but then it just shows everything in Russian.
You have set this language thing. You have set it by mistake. Has it got changed or anything?
No, it's still in English.
Yeah.
Can you? I think
No,
I don't know.
sir.
Okay, never mind. It now got fixed.
Okay,
All of a sudden.
Okay. Okay. Somebody is whispering something. I'm
Not whispering, beatbox.
Okay, so all right. So okay, if there are okay, so that was Aryan. Okay, it got fixed. I think maybe.
So, I just have a question. Can I directly start from elementary chess tactics, or I have to?
I
Is
would
it
still.
compulsory?
Yeah. I think it is because it is important that you do capture pieces one. Even if there are two, it is important that you completely have your foundation ready, and then you move on. So even if you find them easy, you can you should still do them, complete them. Uh,
Okay.
so that I mean, it is like a technique which is really get into the head completely. Finish it. Even if you find it easy, you will be able to do it like you will be able to do it maybe in 1 or 2 hours. You will be able to do 200 exercises. That's okay, but do it.
Okay.
Okay, so Ahan, yeah, my voice may be breaking sometimes. The network is, I think, is bad, and this one. But anyway, we have come to the end. So great. So I think so. Thanks for joining. If there are no more things, we will be ending the class.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
See you soon.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving the meeting.
Yeah, I'm leaving the meeting now.